Okay, so
Simplify it for the simple-minded people like me.
I'll simplify it because when it first happened, me and Danny, we shared a room. We were younger.
A bunk bed.
A bunk bed. And we had it next to a window. So I could kind of like...
You can see
there
the
was
sky?
maybe like 4 inches of the window that I could see, and the rest of it was Danny. Like Danny.
Oh,
Danny,
so you guys could both see outside.
yeah, so we both could technically see outside. It's just I could not see up, and Danny couldn't see above the bunk bed.
Like that.
So, I was already on top of the bunk bed. I would sleep on the top. Danny would sleep in the bottom, and this was at night. And this was a house in Ventura that we lived in, and we noticed something. And this happened more than once. It happened, I think, like twice or 3 times.
What?
It happened twice. I remember it twice. It happened 2 different times. One time it was just
the first
me
time
and
was
you.
very quick, right?
The first time was very quick.
But the second time was very long.
Yeah.
And so this didn't even happen. Was it the same day that it happened?
No, this was different times. I
So
think
it was like
must have
a
been like
different
3
day.
months later.
How many years ago was this?
I mean, so I was walking
Or-
to elementary school.
Or what year
Danny
was this?
Danny would walk to elementary school.
So
and I was
this
already
is
in
anywhere
middle school.
from
2008?
So 2009.
This was anywhere from when I was in
2000.
3rd grade to maybe even.
So it must have been somewhere between 2006 to 2008.
I was probably
Somewhere
fourth,
around that time.
4th, 5th grade maybe.
Yeah. And I was already in middle school. I
He
was
was
like
middle school.
7th grade or 8th grade.
So
Something like that.
the first time that it happened, we were just like, wait a second, what happened? Okay, so I mean, to make it,
So how
To go
old were you
straight
guys
to it.
again?
so I was in 3rd, 4th.
We were in middle school. You would have been in middle school
Yeah,
too.
you two would have been
like
in middle school.
7th grade, 8th
I was
grade.
in elementary. I
Okay.
was like 4th, 5th grade maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're laying in bed and we're talking because sometimes we'll talk right before we go to sleep, and we're talking, and then
I remember
out of
that.
nowhere,
With my little brother.
it literally was like
Boom.
something turned on
Yeah.
outside, and it was like, you know how like
It's
when
like
you
those, the
you know when
construction lights.
yeah
Oh,
you know
those
when,
big
like
lights?
The very
yeah, but
bright
you know
lights.
how like the street lights, they sometimes they'll turn on and they're like
Like,
on
yeah.
on a timer, so that you'll just be like, it'll be dark in the street and then they just turn on and it's like boom. So it was like that. Something turned on, and we're like,
But it was bright.
The light is green.
It was a green light.
It's green, like
neon
the,
green.
the
like
temperature.
No way.
maybe more
yeah,
green than that.
More green,
Like,
maybe
that
more
looks
green
more
than
teal
that.
than anything.
You
but
guys
like,
can't really see it, but it was like,
it was like a bright
was a
flash
like a-
green neon light.
yeah,
You don't
I
have
mean,
it's hard to
anything green?
describe. It's hard to describe.
It's hard to describe. Just look up neon green.
Yeah, neon green, and it was like a tint, like if they just had a light bulb with a green on it.
Oh,
and
okay.
turned it on.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Bright,
but
bright.
bright. And
Like,
we
it
were
was
like, it was
piercing through
right
our
next to,
room.
yeah, it was coming
Like
into
it
the
lit
room.
up our whole room actually.
Yeah. So now the room is like green too.
No
but
way.
Not like the green is inside, but it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's
But
coming
the
in
obviously the
and
reflection, you know.
So we're like, what the heck is that? And I'm like over here like trying to see
So I
through
was
these,
just-
like 4
Through.
inches. And I'm like,
It was super
And-
noticeable. Like,
Yeah.
Very noticeable.
we
yeah.
were Danny could see outside and he could see the side of the house and it was everywhere.
Yeah.
But he looked up and he's like, I can't see it
Mhm.
because the bunk bed's right
The
there.
bunk bed was in the
And
way.
I stuck
Yeah.
my head and I was like, no, I can't see it either.
Yeah.
So we jumped off, and I was like, maybe it's just the side of the house. Like maybe someone's like a spotlight or something.
Yeah.
So I go to the window that's like right next to our bed that faces the front of the house, and same thing. The entire neighborhood, it's like green. Well, almost.
yeah.
almost.
It was
'Cause you
really
could
going
see
on
at
that
the
side
end
of the house. Yeah.
Like it was our house, and then maybe like the neighbor's house and the other neighbor's house, and like the middle of the street, and then the rest you could see where it stopped. And it was back to
Oh.
normal.
Yeah. So picture. Let me try to paint a picture for you. So if you're standing on the middle of the street, right, you're facing our house. The left side of our house, actually the house to the left of us, that's where the light was like initially
Like,
coming
right
from.
on
There-
top.
So there was like this. If there's a light coming from the sky, it's going straight on that house, and so that's why it was like bleeding into our room.
Kind of like a helicopter with the
With
Oh, yeah, yeah.
lights. Imagine like that. Like,
But it was-
obviously you can tell like what areas aren't hit, but you can tell exactly what area, is being hit.
But it was the
It was a green light?
And our
Green
room
light.
was on the left.
But it was
of the house.
But it was the house that was next to you guys to
not
the left.
our house, but that one.
That was
but it
being
was being
lit.
affected too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Was
and the
it,
neighbor's house on the other side too. So like our house
Yeah.
kind of seemed like it was in the middle of it, but it was like coming from over here.
Yeah.
So we're tripping out. We're like I go towards the front of the window that's facing the street. I could see like, okay, this ends like
Mhm.
20 feet past the house.
Mhm.
And it's like the light's no longer shining over there. So the first time it happened, I think it kind of like
Maybe like 10 seconds or
yeah,
something, right?
we were trying to like see what it was, and then it just stopped,
Mhm.
and we're like, what the heck? And then after that we were just like, okay, I mean, maybe the neighbors were weird and they had a spotlight on the roof, and
Yeah.
something was
We didn't think
pointing.
too much of it, actually.
Yeah.
Like, at that time,
It was just kind of,
like,
it
whoa,
seemed
like,
kind of dumb. It seemed like
weird.
like someone was just trying out their light and then turned it
Yeah,
off.
yeah, something.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, the neighbor probably has a spotlight on the roof. It is what it is.
Mhm.
We go to sleep. I think it was like maybe 3 months later
Yeah.
or so, 4
Yeah.
months or so. It happens again, but this time for way longer.
3-4
Yeah.
months later.
Yeah.
3-4 months later, it happens for
And now
5
it's not just me and Danny.
how many
see it.
minutes? How many minutes?
Oh,
did it
this
go?
must have been like
20 minutes?
15, 20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes?
No way.
Yeah.
Did you guys go outside at
Yeah.
any point to like
I
see
did.
what it was?
I
did.
think him and Jackie.
I went with Jackie.
Uh-huh.
And okay, so
first-
same thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
But instantly we're over here like, oh, we're gonna see this
Yeah.
time. We get off our beds, we go and we open the door into the hallway, and our sister's room was on the other side. Their door was already open.
Before that happens, we were like talking like loud, right? And then
yeah,
that's
we were
when,
like, oh, it's happening again. It's happening
happening, you
again. And
they overheard, I think, right?
they overheard. So they had their door already open. We opened our door, and I went into the room, and you could see it on their 2 windows too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
So it was
they're
in
seeing
their
it.
room,
Yeah,
too.
my sister, one of the sisters, it's literally right, like
Right
the
on her
window
bed,
is
yeah.
right on her bed. The other one, it's like hitting the corner of the bed because it's like the other window space
Yeah.
in there. So we're like, you could see into the backyard now, and everything is green, including the garage, and you can see everything. It's like weird, like super weird. So we go outside. Instantly, right when we go outside, it's like the weirdest thing ever because we thought it was above the neighbor's house, but you look straight up and it was like if you were looking right into like a light
Uh-huh.
above the house and then off.
So you're telling me that right when you guys looked up, it just turned off.
We could see that it was like, it's like if you looked at the light right now, like these can lights.
Yeah.
You look at it and it's green and it just turns off.
Oh.
But it's
And
a
you
light
don't
just
see
coming.
anything
It's a
else.
light just coming from the
But
sky.
what's under? But what? So once that green light turns off, what's behind that? Or
Nothing.
Just the sky.
Just the sky.
just the sky, just
Just
like
the
that?
The sky.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything leave.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything.
No, but the light was
didn't
going
make
right
sense.
over the house.
Yeah,
Not
And
our house.
It wasn't
our
like
neighbor's
a,
house.
Yeah, it wasn't like a helicopter was flying by. Dude, this
There was
light
no
was
noise.
still the entire time.
And there was no noise.
There was no
Like, you would've
noise. There was
heard.
nothing. It wasn't like shaking like it normally does if it was like someone with a spotlight or
Yeah.
anything. It was literally like, I want to say it must have been 50 feet above the house, and it was just a spotlight, and it just turns off, and it's gone.
Mhm.
And we're tripping out because not only did Danny and Sarah see it, but my sister saw it while we were outside, and we're just tripping out like, what did we just see?
But now the other crazy part is our neighbor. Now we've always known our neighbor was kind of weird.
They
right?
were weird.
They were weird.
They were really weird. That's
How
why
weird?
the first
Yeah.
time
Weird.
Well, the first time we
Yeah,
thought
just
they were
weird.
messing with the lights.
Like-
That weird. Like they're the type of people to buy something like on Amazon
Uh-huh.
that would have that. So we thought it was them the first time. The second time we're like, okay, there's no way it's them because this is like way above their house, way above our house, and we
Did you
can't
ever
tell
make
what it is.
contact with them and ask them like, hey, there was a green light. Did you guys see it?
No,
No.
Bro,
they, were,
that
they,
would-
they kept
'Cause
to themselves.
they were. I'm telling you, like they were weird.
They were
like,
weird.
They were like, if you were to ask like all the neighbors in the neighborhood, they were
They
like,
were
the
probably
weird
the
ones.
weirdest ones.
Like
Yeah.
they wouldn't. I don't know. They kept to themselves.
Yeah.
Like who knows what they did in their backyard and stuff. I don't.
So you guys didn't see a drone, a plane?
No drone.
Well, I didn't even go
helicopter?
outside.
I
It
didn't
was just
hear-
him and
I
it was
didn't
just him and
see
Jackie.
Did you see
a
boat?
helicopter. I didn't see any drones. I didn't see any. I didn't hear anything either. It
Where
was
did
just like
where did you guys live by?
right
By
next to the
Blanche
Pacific View
Reynolds?
Mall, by Blanche Reynolds. It was Valmore,
Yeah.
the street.
That's
Three.
crazy.
Was it
Like we can go
356?
check it out. Well, not today.
Let's go check it out. Imagine the
Is that
But
green
one
behind
day
the
we
railroad
can.
tracks?
Huh?
Right behind the railroad tracks?
No.
No.
Middle of
This
the
was like
neighborhood?
in a neighborhood. Yeah.
It's my grandma's house.
It's the middle of nowhere. Oh,
No.
that's
Yeah. That's way further down. But yeah, it happened like that, and we were just like, dude, it was trippy because I was like, there's nothing that explains
Mm-hmm.
what we
could
saw.
explain.
Like we wanted to, obviously, we weren't thinking aliens. We were just thinking there's a helicopter with a green light on top of our house. but it wasn't. And
Yeah.
it just turned off, and it's like,
What's
don't
crazy
hear
is
anything.
we just kind of dismissed it like for
Yeah.
a long time. Like we didn't go back and think about like, hey, remember that green light? Like, why didn't we like think that was crazy like
So,
at the time?
so this is the first time you guys bring it up?
No, we brought it up.
we
you know,
brought it up a whole bunch
before.
of times.
But like at the time, like there was like after that happened, like years went on and we just never talked about it.
It was just like,
That's a trip.
I mean, what are you supposed to say? Like, oh yeah, I saw a
Like,
light.
green light. They're gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh wow.
I think it wasn't until like aliens started becoming a thing that we started thinking like maybe that was an alien.
Maybe it wasn't. See, that's the thing.
I don't
We
know.
don't know what it was.
Yeah.
We can't say it's aliens because it's
Yeah.
like we just saw a light that was literally still above our house
I think it was aliens.
doing nothing specifically. It wasn't a helicopter.
It was-
We for sure know it wasn't like anything that we've seen before because
Yeah.
it was just like instantly just turned off and gone.
It was your weird.
So.
It was your. I have a feeling it was your weird neighbors.
But that high, like how
But
did they
it
get
just
a
doesn't
light that
explain.
high?
No, not a light. I think they
You think
probably
the
have
alien- you
something to
think-
do with it.
They caused the light.
I feel like maybe,
look,
maybe
they
they were
caused
aliens.
Let's say this is the neighbor's house.
What
This
if
is
the-
our house?
What if the
Our
neighbors were
room-
aliens?
My room and Danny's room was right here. My sister's room was over here. And we got out, went into their room. Danny was still there with Sarah. I went with Jackie all the way to the backyard, and we got outside and we looked up. It's literally like if you're looking at this light,
That's crazy.
but it's green.
That's crazy.
It doesn't make sense. And that light is like here, like above the house, beaming down, and like it's like above their house, but it's like beaming down. So like all this area
Yeah.
is green, but you can
penumbra.
tell that at the ends of these houses,
Weren't.
they weren't being affected by it.
What's crazy is that it was their house and your house.
Well,
the
it was
neighbor's
like-
house.
it was
so
like
it
in
was
the neighbor's house.
directly. It was directly going.
Like if it was hitting his, that light was like a circle.
Yeah, I get that.
So it was also hitting the part of this house,
but it
and
was
part of the street.
directly at that house.
but directly that house.
Maybe our neighbors were aliens.
That's a trip.
Might be.
I don't know.
Hey, bro.
That's what I think. Like, hey, maybe they were aliens. That's why they were weird. That's why they kept to themselves a lot. You know, and
What a-
every 3 months or something, they just went to the mothership.
What